Hi, how's it going? This is Bill and Coco's Barbecue. Today, on popular demand, we will be showing you how to prepare ribs for the barbecue. Barbecue ribs. First things first, get yourself some nice spare ribs, like so. First thing you want to do after that is wash the ribs, rub them really nicely, get all the nice pork juice off them that they get packaged with. There you go. And dry it off. Have my help over. Just tap it down. Tap it down. Now there's one thing you need to know about ribs is dry rub. We actually put a dry rub on it and a bunch of powders, pepper, oregano, salt, sea salt maybe, paprika, garlic powder, stuff like that. And you're going to rub it in. Now as you can see, there's two sides to the rib. There's the meaty side, and then there's a side with the membrane. The membrane acts as a type of protection from the actual dry rub, so you want to peel it off. This will expose the meat. It's really fun to do. It'll expose the meat, and you can actually rub onto this side. I use a couple different knives to get it off. And removing this will not only let the meat cook better, it will actually let the dry rub get into the meat. So we're going to do this. I'm going to clean a few up, and we'll get right back to you. Welcome back. So, because I don't want to show you how to make 50 different ribs, we have quite a few here, I'm going to show you one and show you step by step what to do. Now as you said before, we cleaned it, we took off the membrane, give it a nice area to rub in. What are we going to do now? We're going to actually take a little mix we did using different things like paprika, salt, pepper, and everything else. And we're going to slowly, I don't know if you see clearly what I'm doing, but put some on here and rub it in. Hence why it's called dry rub. Now what happens is when we're going to let this sit in the fridge for about 24-48 hours, the salts, the spices are going to actually go melt and get right into the fat. There you go, see? This wouldn't be possible without taking out the membrane. See how it sticks on there? That's why you take it off. Think of plastic. The membrane is plastic. Now, as we rub it in here, nice, cover everything up nicely, get the sides, just like so, a little bit like that, and actually take it, and if you see here, we actually have some Glad wrap. One thing to remember, might sound insane, but do this step by step. Buy Glad wrap. Buy the one that actually says okay for the oven. Not the cheap dollar store ones, not the fancy package ones, the ones that are for cooking. You're going to put it bones down and wrap it up. Like so. Next step. Get the aluminum foil. Place in the middle. Wrap this up like so. We're using a little bit too much right now, but usually we're going to cut a piece for that size you're using. Now, you're asking me, Bill, why are you doing this? I want to eat some ribs. Well, the whole point of dry rubbing and making a soft rib is to make it soft, juicy, fall off the bone. So what we're doing is by wrapping it in the plastic wrap and the aluminum foil, we're preparing it to pretty much steam itself, melt the fat, get it really nice and tender in the oven. So before we do that, now we package it and actually put this in the fridge for 24 to 48 hours and let the dry rub work itself in. Once you do that, I mean, a lot of people have different options, different ideas of what to do or how they want to do things step by step. Once you let it marinate with the dry rub for 24 to 48 hours, you can decide, do I want to freeze it or do I want to cook it? As long as you let it stick in the fridge for a little couple, like 24, 48 hours, like I said, over and over, leave it, not 4 hours, not a couple hours. It's ready to go. If you do freeze it, make sure you let it defrost in the fridge. So let me show you another example, just for, see another one here. Again, we wash the rib, side that has the meat, and as you see here, I kind of partially removed it just to show you the difference. This is the membrane, and this is without. This is what you want. This will be like a plastic barrier keeping things off, and this will let it through. Peel that off. What you could do is with the extra stuff, just chop it out. What I like doing with this is marinating at the end with everything else, same way, and making it pretty much boneless ribs. Like it's something fun that you could put on barbecue and eat while you're making your ribs. You know, food's food. So, grab a little bit of this, rub it on. Rub it on well. You don't have to beat it up. Just get it on there. Get it everywhere. Like so. On the sides too. Turn it over. And see, with the membrane off, it sticks right on. Look at that. That's beautiful. Beautiful. Now, put it over here. Bone down. Ka-ching. Ka-chang. And seal. And then I'm gonna just this over here and wrap it again. If ever you cut something a bit too short, cut another piece and cover it up. Like here, happens to be a little too small. Well, you don't need to waste it. We'll cut another piece. Now, once again, once you do wrap it, put it in the fridge for 2-3 days. I say usually 2. Some people put 24 minimum. And like I said, you could freeze it or cook it. And as we said, we'll get back to you in 2 days when it's time to cook it.